What did you do when your fiancé said, I still talk to my ex every day? I, 30F, thought I was marrying the kindest man I'd ever met. My fiancé, Mark 32M, was the type who remembered my coffee order, fixed the squeaky hinge on my apartment door without me asking, and sent me memes in the middle of the workday just to make me laugh. We'd been together for 2 years, engaged for 8 months. The wedding was set for early fall, something small but beautiful. I pictured a warm afternoon ceremony, strings of lights, the people who loved us most gathered in one place. About a month into our engagement, we were sitting on the couch, scrolling through Pinterest boards for wedding decor, when he casually dropped it. I still talk to my ex every day. It wasn't even in response to anything, just out there. I remember blinking at him, waiting for the punchline. She's just my best friend, he said, like he'd been asked a question I hadn't asked. We dated years ago, but it didn't work out. We decided to stay close. She's basically like family. I knew about Emma. He'd mentioned her in passing when we first started dating. They were together for 4 years in their mid-20s. The not compatible long-term story. I never asked for details. It wasn't that I didn't believe exes could be friends, but every day caught in my throat. Like, texting? I asked. He nodded. Sometimes calls, sometimes FaceTime. Depends on the day. It's normal for us. I let it slide that night. I told myself not to be insecure. The first time I met Emma was at a friend's barbecue in June. She was tall, all confidence and easy laughter, the kind of person who made you feel like you were missing an inside joke. When Mark introduced us, she hugged him first, then turned to me with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. So you're the one who finally got him to settle down, she said, like she was still taking credit for half the work. Throughout the afternoon, she told story after story from their dating years, trips they took, arguments they'd laugh about now, the time they got stuck in an elevator in New York. Mark laughed along, sometimes adding details. I tried to join in, but it felt like sitting at the edge of a conversation that wasn't mine to be part of. Later that night, on the drive home, Mark said, "She really liked you." I didn't answer. 2 weeks later, we were having dinner at his mom's house when the topic of the bridal party came up. His sister was going to be one of my bridesmaids, and I asked who he was thinking of for his groomsmen. He grinned. "And Emma's going to be my maid of honor." I laughed, waiting for him to say, "Just kidding." He didn't. "It makes sense," he said. "We promised each other years ago we'd stand beside each other at our weddings. She knows me better than anyone." I felt my fork pause, halfway to my mouth. "Better than me? That's not what I meant," he said quickly. "It's just, she's been there through everything. It's important to me." I nodded, but my stomach was tight for the rest of the meal. I didn't say no to the maid of honor idea right then. We were at his mom's dining table, his sister laughing about some old high school memory, and I didn't want to start something in front of everyone. But inside, I was reeling. In my head, a maid of honor was the person you called at 2 a.m. when the dress zipper broke, or the person who'd stand next to you while you ugly cried in the bridal suite. It was intimate. Not something I imagined sharing with the woman my fiancé used to sleep next to every night. On the drive home, I finally said, "It feels weird to have your ex in that role." Mark kept his eyes on the road. "She's not just an ex, she's my best friend." I wanted to ask, and I'm what then? The runner-up. But I swallowed it. The first wedding planning meeting with Emma happened a week later. It wasn't official. Mark invited her over to catch up, and then conveniently suggested we could all talk about the wedding. She showed up with a binder, a literal 3-ring binder with tabs for venue, vows, reception ideas, and colors. Mark looked impressed. "See? This is why she's perfect for this." Emma flipped to a page of floral arrangements. I was thinking blush roses with white ranunculus for the ceremony arch. I glanced at Mark. "I thought we were doing wildflowers?" Emma smiled. "Wildflowers are cute, but this will photograph better." Full story on channel, link below.